Let your mind relax as we enter tonight's comforting tale together. A renewal of Dand and Jasmine. This story is about Dand seeking renewal in a magical forest, guided by Jasmine, the fire spirit, and finding a rebirth of spirit and purpose. In the heart of the forest, the air shimmered with magic as the fiery shades of twilight cast an enchanted glow over the land. Dand, a gentle soul, with eyes as deep as the ocean, wandered through the grove, his mind heavy with dreams unspoken. The forest had always been his sanctuary, a place where whispers of the ancient trees guided him in moments of doubt. His heart longed for renewal, a chance to start anew beyond the limitations of the world he knew. As he walked, an unusual warmth spread through the air. Jasmine, the fire spirit known for her radiant and ethereal presence, danced gracefully amid the woodland shadows. Her aura illuminated the space wrapped her like the sun embracing a field of golden flowers. The moment Dand laid eyes upon her, he felt a spark of hope ignite within him, a feeling unfamiliar, yet well familiar. Jasmine's laughter, a melodic symphony, filled the clearing, bridging the world of dreams with reality in a single sweep of harmony. She had sensed Dand's longing, understood it in the way rivers knew the curves of the earth. "Why does your heart seem murky and heavy, traveler?" Jasmine asked, her voice as soft as the winds that whispered through hidden valleys. "Seek renewal," Dand replied, his voice carrying the weight of hopes and regrets. "I wish to leave behind the burdens that bind me, and embrace the life of peace and purpose." Jasmine's fiery form flickered with understanding. She beckoned him to stand beside her near the sacred hearth, where flames danced with vibrant life. "Every life has seasons, each longing for renewal from within," she explained, weaving her magic into the words she spoke. Together, they watched the flames, bright and lively as trees in spring, drawing strength from each other's presence. Waves of fire and passion flowed, creating images of joy and memories of life's endless possibilities. In those moments, Dand, inspiration, in understanding blossomed. With Jasmine's guidance, his spirit unfurled like a flower opening to the morning sun. Dand felt the renewal he yearned for deep within his soul, a rebirth that would awaken his senses to the beauty of life all around him. The forest seemed to pulse with energy as if it too celebrated this renewal. "Thank you, Jasmine," Dand whispered with gratitude, feeling lighter, freed from the weight of his burdens. Jasmine smiled, her eyes twinkling with wisdom, knowing well that renewal was a shared journey, a flame passed from one traveler to another through the sacred dance of life. Dand left the forest that night with a heart renewed and a spirit reborn, carrying with him the warmth of Jasmine's fire, a beacon to guide him throughout his days. The next story awaits, calm and kind. Clover and Singing Meadow Harmonica, a symphony of joy. This story is about Clover's journey to Singing Meadow Veronica, where she discovers a symphony of joy that transforms her life and her valley. In a tranquil valley nestled between rolling hills and surrounded by lush forests, there lived a young girl named Clover. With shimmering red hair and emerald green eyes, she was a lively spirit loved by all the creatures of the valley. Her laughter was like tinkling bells, echoing through the meadows and bringing joy to everyone she encountered. One day, Clover heard of a mystical singing meadow named Veronica, which lay beyond the forest. It was said that Veronica could sing melodies that turned sorrow into joy, and that the meadows were always bathed in sunlight, even on the cloudiest days. Determined to find this enchanting place, Clover set out on her journey. As Clover traversed the forest, she was accompanied by a chorus of birds whose chirping blended harmoniously with the rustling of leaves overhead. Her path was adorned with vibrant wildflowers, their colors dancing in the soft breeze. Clover felt her heart swell with excitement, knowing she was following the whispers of legends. Upon reaching the edge of the forest, Clover gazed upon singing meadow Veronica. The meadow stretched endlessly, a tapestry of colors woven with wildflowers and swaying grass. Sunlight poured over the landscape, filling it with a gentle glow. It was as if the meadow itself was alive, breathing, and rejoicing. Clover walked into Veronica, her feet sinking into the velvet grass, as she listened carefully for its legendary song. A hum-away symphony enveloped her senses. The melody was pure and transcendent, carrying with it the laughter of every creature that ever delighted in joy. A warm breeze caressed her cheeks, as if the meadow was whispering its secrets only to her. Enthralled by the music, Clover danced across the meadow. She twirled and stepped, her movements mirroring the gentle swaying of the flowers. Her heart was light, filled with a happiness she had never known. Through the dance, she felt a connection, an unbreakable bond with Veronica and its symphony of joy. As the sun began to set, Clover realized she never wanted to leave this sanctuary. Yet, she understood the true gift was the joy she found, a treasure she could carry back to her valley. As Clover returned home, the forest seemed to glow with renewed life, every leaf and creature resonating with the melody of joy she brought with her. From that day on, the valley thrived with happiness, fueled by the symphony of Veronica. Clover's laughter, now fuller and richer, echoed through the land. And she knew, whenever life felt ordinary, Veronica would always be there, a reminder of joy and true harmony. Let's move gently into another comforting story. Puffy and William, a tale of affection. This story is about the beautiful friendship between a girl named Puppy and a parrot named William, who will let love and kindness can overcome any adversity. In a small, sunlit village surrounded by whispering forests and gentle hills, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Puppy. She had sparkling eyes filled with curiosity and hair as golden as the sunbeams that danced through the trees. With morning, Puppy would stroll through the village like's winding paths, her heart searching for little adventures and treasures hidden in plain sight. One clear morning, as the dewdrops glistened on the emerald leaves, Puppy heard a curious sound, not far from where she stood. It was a soft, musical chirping that seemed to call out to her. Following the delightful melody, she found a vibrant parrot perched on the branch of a sturdy oak tree, its feathers a kaleidoscope of colors more vivid than any rainbow. The parrot introduced himself as William, with a polite bow of his head, and they began conversation that would spark a beautiful friendship. William was not just a parrot, but a splendid storyteller, bringing to life tales of the forest and its many creatures with each charming chirp. His favorite stories were about the sky, about freedom and exploration, and Puppy listened intently, her imagination soaring alongside his words. As the days turned into weeks, Puppy would visit William after school, sharing stories of her day, dreams of adventures beyond the hills, and secret wishes she held close to her heart. William would listen with understanding eyes, chirping in agreement, or offering a feathered wing for comfort when she needed it most. One chilly evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with strokes of rosy pink and amber, Puppy faced William with a concern weighing on her mind. The winter was approaching swiftly, and she worried about how he would survive the cold months. Her garden offered little shelter for such a delicate creature. Seeing the worry in her eyes, William promised he would stay close, reassuring her with a gentle touch of his wing. That winter, Puppy gathered all her courage and raised it like a warm, cozy sanctuary in the corner of her garden, complete with twigs and moss, and a little roof to shield him from the biting winds. She filled it with soft, warm fabrics and tiny trinkets she thought William might find amusing. Winter came, draping the village in a blanket of snow, and the bond between Puppy and William only grew stronger. They spent countless hours in his little haven, sharing tales and laughter, the cold vanishing in the warmth of their companionship. William taught Puppy about the stars, and they would dream of future adventures, warmed by the fire of their friendship. As the snow began to melt, and life returned to the village, Puppy realized that her friendship with William was the greatest treasure she had ever found. The sky was bluer, the sun shone brighter, and her heart felt fuller. She knew, with William by her side, the world was a much more beautiful place, full of love and affection. Their friendship had proven that no matter the season or the storm, the warmth of kindness and love could always keep the cold at bay. Our next tale awaits to bring you calm. Crocus and Flowers' Delightful Adventure. This story is a heartwarming tale of friendship between a boy and a raccoon who discover the joy in simple moments together. Once upon a time, in a quaint little village surrounded by lush meadows and shimmering lakes, lived a kind-hearted young boy named Crocus. He had golden curls and eyes that sparkled with curiosity. One sunny afternoon, as Crocus wandered through the wildflower fields, he came upon a raccoon who was trying to catch fireflies. The raccoon was small with rounded soft fur and clever eyes. Lullabies the tea. Delighted by the spectacle of twinkling lights dancing in the dusky sky, Crocus stopped and observed Flower's playful endeavor. Lo, Crocus called softly. Startled, Flower glanced at Crocus but then chuckled, realizing he too was boyish-looking with his fuzzy mask. "Hello," he chirped in return, a little blush of embarrassment in his voice. And thus began their delightful friendship. Every evening, Crocus and Flower met under the old oak tree by the lakeside, painting the world with their laughter and joy. Crocus taught Flower how to stick stones on the water. Their giggles repeated across the streamlet. In exchange, Flower showed Crocus the hidden pathways in the woods where wild strawberries grew, juicy and sweet. One evening, while they sat side by side watching a sunset that painted the sky with an array of purples and pinks, Flower sighed. "Lemons and raccoons don't usually spend time together, but this is nice." Crocus nodded, appreciating the simplicity and warmth of moments shared. Suddenly, the sky darkened, and a gentle rain started to fall. Rather than scatter, they danced in the rain, twirling around, with raindrops twinkling like tiny stars. These were the moments Crocus cherished, teaching him that delight was not something you found, but something you shared with friends. As the rain ended and a double rainbow stretched across the sky, Crocus and Flower lay back on the grass. "You should make a pact," Crocus suggested, pointing towards the rainbows. "A pact to always find delight, no matter what," Flower nodded excitedly. And so, they picked 2 flowers, bush or crocus, and a daisy and pressed them into a scrapbook they would share, marking the beginning of their alliance and delight. They continued their adventures, an insufferable duo. Crocus and Flower's delightful adventure taught them that life was a series of beautiful surprises waiting to be embraced. Thank you for joining. May you sleep peacefully, Iokori.